There are big changes happening in the cryptocurrency business when it comes to cross-border payments. This is because they are using old technology and are inefficient for sending and receiving payments across international borders. It's true that this was one of the first times XRP was used in real life. Because of this, it has a lot to do with Ripple and XRP. A lot of people care about it. A white paper from Ripple just came out with information about global payment options for local banks that use blockchain technology. The most recent time this statement was made. The main group this study is aimed at is SMA, which stands for small and medium-sized firms. Due to the fact that more than $17 trillion is sent across borders every year by small and medium-sized businesses, 50% of which are doing more foreign business than they did in 2021. SMEs are turning to foreign markets more and more to help them grow. In spite of this, growth is still limited by the fact that foreign payment processing is slow, hard, and expensive, and financial services are also limited by being old. There is a chance that a modern payment stack that works better and offers more payment options would be the best answer for small and medium-sized businesses, as well as the multinational supply chains that we are quickly coming to depend on. Half of micro, small, and medium-sized businesses are doing more business across foreign borders now than they were in 2021. At this rate, SME is quickly getting involved in foreign business. It is thought that the market for business-to-business payments will reach 174,000 in the next 30 years. On the other hand, global payment systems that are both slow and slow to change are stopping their growth. For local banks, supporting Ripple means they can take advantage of a big market chance by providing cutting-edge payment solutions based on blockchain technology. Traditional payment methods are less secure, take longer, and cost more than these options. There's a chance that these technologies will help small and medium-sized businesses that are served by neighborhood banks. This would not only help SME grow around the world, but it would also help the bank grow. The study that Full On did puts light on a number of issues that smaller banks have trouble with. These worries are emphasized in the study. Some of the issues that need to be fixed are delays, high processing costs, and limited visibility. If smaller financial institutions use the new cross-border payment technologies, they might be able to get around bigger competitors and grow by serving customers that aren't being served well enough by the bigger players. Because of this, bigger institutions may want to make options like these so they can compete with them. To sum up, the cross-border payments industry is ready for change because global payment methods are inefficient and old, and small and medium-sized businesses face problems. With the introduction of up-to-date payment systems based on blockchain technology and the removal of legal obstacles. If these solutions are accepted, the business can continue to grow and do well in the fast-paced global market. As of today, $7. 5 trillion changes hands every day on the foreign exchange market, also called the FX market. This is a huge business that has a hard time dealing with how complicated international payments are. There are worries about things like dealing with different kinds of money and following rules that apply all over the world. Payments based on the blockchain could make it possible for financial institutions to seamlessly add blockchain-based processes to their own systems, so they wouldn't need teams to come in and set up the technology. That being said, this is one way that banks could deal with the problems that have been brought up. It's also possible for small businesses to get payment services from nearby banks, though this doesn't happen very often. 1/3 of small businesses want to work with clients that are institutions in their own area. These customers want a strong centralized system that works with the best payment infrastructure and combines banking and payments at the same time. As McKinsey Company says, there are 5 different ways that financial institutions can improve the quality of service they provide to small business owners. This is because big banks often care more about making money than keeping their companies healthy. They'd like to work together with smaller or nearby banks. The reason for this is that there is a link between the two. If, on the other hand, smaller banks offer real-time, low-cost, border-agnostic payments and a digital-first, high-touch approach to cross-border payments, they could make a lot of money. This chance is very important. Better pricing and an improved user experience come from using this method, which could give neighborhood and regional banks a chance to make more money. In the past 10 years, the number of financial links that use correspondent banking has dropped by about 30%. Furthermore, 42% of small and medium-sized businesses in the US are worried about the lack of clarity. This is especially true for cash management suppliers, who have to wait 7 days longer than usual to receive payments from payers who use corresponding bank networks to send funds. In this case, it means that these providers have to wait 7 days longer than usual. That being said, smaller banks could get an edge in the market by giving customers who are used to having bad experiences with transfers that happen across foreign borders a better experience. Because of this, smaller banks are getting stronger while bigger banks are losing power. And when this happens, the bigger banks might start to wonder if they need to come up with new ideas or just shut down. Many of the biggest banks in the world, like the Bank of America and the Bank of England, are currently focusing on international payments and the risks that come with banks using permissionless blockchains or other distributed ledger technology systems to do business. Augustin Carson, who is the managing director of the Business Intelligence Organization, gave a talk about how he thought the banking system would work in the future. He stressed how important it was to use new tools in a coordinated way. Vouchers, unified ledgers, and the rapid payment system are all examples of these types of tools. When it comes to managing the complexities of international payments, the foreign exchange market faces big problems. This is especially true for institutions that are smaller and focus more on the area level. It is possible for financial institutions to find a great way to make money and improve their total performance by putting in place blockchain-based payment systems and building relationships with smaller financial institutions. The central bank's money, including central bank digital currency, has made a big difference in the growth of the unified payments interface, India's single payment system. Because of how quickly infrastructure like Hader and the UPI was put in place, big steps have been taken to improve both the speed of payments and the number of people who use the banking system. That this is the case shows how important it is for public bodies, governments, and important players to work together to make big changes and let the private sector's creative potential shine. It was important for the private sector to be involved in setting up the two-tier monetary system that we now have. This will remain true as the monetary and financial system changes in India and around the world. Blockchain and digital liquidity are two examples of cutting-edge technologies that Ripple and other private companies are using to improve the world of financial technology. This is being done to make the world better. As of right now, the BIs is working with Ripple on the plan that the SCPMI group made to make foreign payments better. This working together is happening right now. One of the main things that worries the Beijing international settlements in the G20 is making payments that make money. This is mostly because when it comes to prices, speed, access, and clarity, Prosper payments are generally behind domestic payments. Blockchain-based processes could help solve this problem by making transfers more digital, faster, and cheaper. Ripple, which is part of the CPMI group, has been an active participant in carrying out this plan, which was first given by the G20 in 2020. A lot of well-known companies like Ripple are working with the bank for international settlements to meet the G20's requirements for international payments. This is especially important for Ripple, which is doing a lot to support international payments. There is a very important link between the BIIs and the CPMI group. Big changes are happening more and more often, and not just in the business sector. They are also happening in the public sector. We are moving forward with this trend. This is an important statement that the BIs is working with to move forward and meet the G20's expectations about payments made across foreign borders. Finally, Ripple has been added to the CPMI group.